Smackdown Fist.
Oh shit! I just got punched in the face.
Yeah, thank you.
What the fuck was that? Holy
That's
shit!
the Smackdown Fist in action, baby.
Jump scare? What is this? What is going on here? Anyway,
I think it's safe to say Nick loves the fist, right? Oh
he
wait,
does
hey,
love the
sorry.
fist.
Oh,
doesn't?
hey, listen, these are the fists that just keep on coming. This is what made that mirror break and had the best SmackDown stage of them all. Sorry, Oval Gang, it's true.
Man, but what's up, everybody? We're here to talk about SmackDown on Dirt Sheet Radio, as we do. If you are new to this place, just know that we're always on. This is the kind of thing that we do. We like to talk about pro wrestling and give people a platform to talk about it with us. So talk with us in the chat. Join us every day after every single pro wrestling show of the week. And join us today. We can talk about SmackDown, as we usually do. We talk about it. We talk about the main event first. This week, we had a promo segment closing the show. Roman Reigns, earlier in the night, said he would come out to acknowledge Solo. And he meant it. Came out here and he told Solo that he promised his father, who passed away. Alpha, right? Or is it Sika?
It's Alpha. I think Sika was the grandfather.
No, Alpha.
Sika was his father.
Sika was the father.
Alpha was the grandfather. Okay, yep. Okay.
No, I thought they were like brothers or cousins or something.
They're brothers.
They're brothers,
okay.
bro.
Okay.
I knew they were in the same level. I knew one of them wasn't older than the other because they were a tag team.
That's right.
Yeah.
Alpha, Sika, yeah.
So he says he told his father that he would fix this, which is why he's been so passive about it. He hasn't really been ultra aggressive Roman Reigns. But he says, what does he have to do to fix this? And Solo laughs. And he says, Roman needs to acknowledge him. And so Roman does. He acknowledges Solo Sikoa. And he says, Solo laughs. And he says, that's not all. You need to acknowledge me as the tribal chief, damn it. Or else. And Roman screams at him, or else what? And he laughs. And he says, I knew you hadn't changed. Then I'll never change either. And so they bring out the dead Jimmy Uso. Rest in peace.
Big Jim, no.
No, Jimmy.
They killed him clearly because Roman didn't acknowledge him. Solo
so if he acknowledged him properly, would they just
been
like
okay?
Oh, okay. So
they just did that when Roman screamed.
Yeah.
They started whooping his ass backstage.
That's how
It's
I
like,
took it.
all right.
He just did it in front of Triple H too. Like, what the fuck, bro?
It's the horrified Nick Aldis, just like, huh?
So Roman can't give a fuck about Jimmy. He's more worried about this damn Ulafala.
And he takes a sweet time putting it on too.
And he does catch a knock to the dick for it.
Right in Roman's reigns.
For being a drama queen. So they punch him in the dick, and he does end up getting his ass beat over and over for like 5 minutes till the show ends.
Kicked his ass.
Those credits there looks like a sitcom finale.
Dude.
You can hear like a 2-part, like a to be continued, like Family Matters, like Steve is in the lobby or in an alley, and they're gonna jump him and take his wallet.
Yeah, this is this like gang violence scene happening, and like Jey Uso is just like overhearing this, and as the transition goes, it's like da da da.
Yeah. Dude,
so
they when he spiked him the first time, I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Then he spiked him again, and then I was like, oh, that's kind of overkill. And then a third time, I was like, holy shit.
Jacob hit his finisher on him too. It was a lot.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was the segment. So, fellas, I'll ask you this: what did you think, Nick? You go first, Mac. You go after that, and you can stay in that order, and we'll never have to say each other's names again.
Oh, I mean, I thought this was a segment, truly a segment, because I feel like we've seen this how many times now of the new bloodline coming out and standing tall, and I get it because you need to have a lot more of that since that one time that Roman obliterated everyone single-handedly, minus Jacob Fatu, of course. But give them more moments to get closer to that OTC status. Truly, I think too this was a good way of starting the water, so to speak, of bridging the gap, so we can get Jey Uso in here. Sorry, Roman, no yeet. We got to get to full yeet.
Mac, you are on your phone in front of the world.
I'm sorry. No, I was actually.
Check this out. Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon.
Boom! Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. I need one of this. Is that an iPhone? Ew, fuck. Damn.
I never stopped working, John. I'm sorry. I was texting my boss.
Tell him to fuck off. It's Friday.
I know. I do got to tell him to fuck off. I'm not back until Sunday. No, you know what, man? I mean, I'm kind of like, I expected Jey Uso's music to hit during this at like 10 different points in this segment, and it never did. And I'm like, oh my God, are we doing another beatdown segment? Are they just filling time? Until there's like 6 weeks left until War Games, and then they put the whole team together. They get Sammy, they get Jay, they got Jimmy, they got Roman. They put the fucking Avengers together. Like,
you carry us over from point A to point B. Honestly, that's truly how it feels.
I didn't. I actually disagree with it just being another beatdown because generally they don't give any fucking plot. And it's just a beatdown, and we're like stuck in stasis for like 3 weeks. At least this week there was some like not even a sliver. Those are a pretty decent chunk of reasoning and kind of answers. There was a bit of a question, like if Roman did acknowledge Solo, would they just like would they just get back together? Like maybe you should just do it. And he did. I mean, he just kind of got that whole thing out of the way there. Like he acknowledged him, and so it wasn't enough, and it would never be enough. He'll continue to ask for more and more and more. So now you really, really know where they stand, and at least narratively, you kind of have answers there. And then you know that the Jay thing is coming. It's a little more heavy than it's been at any point in this story. So I think at least you got a little bit of plot development tonight. And then Roman did get his ass beat.
Didn't you say to me in the text, John, like, what took Jay so long? Couldn't he have texted him like, right after Roman lost?
We'll talk about that in a second, because I do, because there's some things that he said specifically that I was like, this is like some chapter 1 stuff. Like, what are you doing? But at the end of the show, that was pretty much what we got. Jay did not come out, and he said he wouldn't. He didn't say that. He just said no yeet. I don't know what the fuck that means.
No yeet.
That's not English. It means it's not a word. Yeah,
that's not English.
Me, guys. No yeet.
You can't just say no yeet at a moment like that. Anyway, there's
no yeet.
Yeah, my wife. I want to divorce you. No yeet. The fuck. But yeah, man, that was the end of the show. I guess we can whip it right back up to the beginning, like Mac was mentioning. Jey Uso surprised the Bloodline and all the viewers by showing up here tonight on SmackDown to open the show. To confront the Bloodline, and he asks the question, "Why are you doing it this way, Solo?" He says, "I know I had problems with Roman too. Like, I understand, but when I did it, I just left the family. I went and did my own thing. Why are you ruining everything? Why did you go call these guys? Why'd you go call Jacob Fatu? And if Jacob Fatu keeps looking at me like that, we're gonna have some problems." And,
he said the same. He basically said the same thing. Like Paul Heyman did. Like, you could have just gone and done your own thing, but you had to call these guys. Why'd you call them? There's a reason why we never called them. And Paul Heyman had said that maybe 4 months ago before they
did background checks.
Before they
they're too violent.
Heyman said that night, these guys are too violent. We did background checks, and Jay said the same thing. So this is pretty good continuity. I like it.
Honestly, too, when you say all the good continuity, it makes me think to this moment and the final segment of the night, where so much of it felt like callbacks to past things throughout the Bloodline story, with Big Jim getting destroyed, and Roman having that moment of clarity, seeing that the Ulafala right in front of him, and just I think there's a lot of different elements that they were just calling back to tonight. So I think I see that more now as less of them just doing the same old thing, copy and paste, but more of just, again, those callbacks to build us to that next point.
Solo tells Jay that there was always room for Jay and Roman in the Bloodline as long as they acknowledged him. He was lying.
Yeah.
But Jay says,
big.
Jay says, all right, well,
that was a lie.
Since that's the way it's going to be the next time we see each other, it's going to be much different than it was tonight. That was really the first segment. Surprise Jey Uso appearance, fellas. What did you think of that?
Oh, you know what? Hey, give me a surprise Jey Uso. It feels like we're getting a lot more of these kind of surprises as we build up to these shows. Is the brand split still even going on? I thought we were going to have that exclusivity. But hey, you know what? For something like this, I'll let it slide because, again, I love this Bloodline Civil War storyline, baby. And Jey Uso is such a major part of it. So bring him in.
Yeah, I mean, I was, after Jay was so adamant about not SmackDown and getting involved in this shit last week when Jimmy came to Raw, I was really surprised that he came out and, confronted Solo. But I mean, I guess he has his own questions that are separate from the bloodline that he needs answered. But so I said this to John in the chat. I think is that the bloodline are going to cost Jey Uso the Intercontinental Championship this Monday night on Raw. It's going to go back to Braun, and that's going to be the catalyst to get Jey to come back and seek revenge on the bloodline, and maybe still have an uneasy alliance with Roman. Like, I don't trust you still, but coming together for the greater good. And we haven't seen Sami Zayn in a couple of weeks since he was sent to the morgue by Gunther. So, so I mean, we're going to get the Avengers to assemble pretty soon. I think Jay's going to not fall in line, but I think the pieces of Jay's puzzle piece is going to come into effect on Monday, and then I think Sami soon to follow.
I can see it.
Yeah, I can see it. It makes sense. We're getting really close to Survivor Series, but we do have Crown Jewel in the way, so we're not in the Survivor Series pay-per-view cycle yet, so we probably won't even see Sami Zayn until November. But
probably, yeah.
That's kind of how they do things. We did follow that up. Oh, what's up, Nick?
No, I was just saying that's how it goes.
It is how it goes. That long headlock. We had a triple threat match.
Shit block.
Rest hold storytelling. We had a triple threat match in this tournament that came out of nowhere for the tag team championships.
Right.
Montez Ford and fucking Dawkins, whose first name I forgot for a fucking
Angelo.
second.
Angelo.
I was gonna say Antonio.
Antonio
Dawkins.
Cesaro?
Street Profits, DIY, and Pretty Deadly for the number one. Well, to go to the finals in this number one contenders tag team championship tournament. Again, that came out of nowhere. DIY wins when both Ciampa and Montez Ford each pin a member of Pretty Deadly after hitting a finisher, and Montez Ford pinned the wrong one. So it could have gone either way, you see. What did you think, Nick?
You know what? It came out of nowhere, and it was interesting because when was the last time we saw Pretty Deadly have a match on SmackDown? It feels like it's been a while. I just remember them as just being like backstage characters for doing stuff with Chelsea Green and Piper Niven.
You're focused on that play.
Yeah, the whole play. But I enjoyed having this showcase because I think all six guys were able to show what they can do, some more than others. It was nice to be able to get Gargano and Ciampa that victory because it feels like they've really needed that. And I look forward to the next match in the tournament, but we'll get around to that one. Mac?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I like Pretty Deadly. I think they're a good team. I think they work well together. I think they're good characters. I had no doubt in my mind that they were not winning this match tonight. But the one thing I do want to point out, and I also sent Jonathan while it was going on in the group chat for SmackDown, I said, it's about time that they've made a referee look smart. Because on the replay, they showed Jessica Carr watching Elton Prince get tagged in. She followed him with her eyes the entire time and saw that he was the legal man. So that's why she didn't even give a shit that Montez Ford was pinning the other guy of Pretty Deadly.
Nah. It was racism.
Nah. She was looking at Gargano the entire time. And I was like, "Ooh, that's great. This is a great this is great, man." I'm like, that really made her look good. And she's been getting a lot of praise lately from, I've been seeing like on Instagram and Twitter, Jessica Carr, just for like her ring like presence and like really, really, really just being like the great referee. And yeah, I felt that they made her look really good and like a competent referee for once, and not you know, like a certain referee getting his head bonked together by Scott Steiner and Booker T in our WCW review that is now up on Dirt Sheet Radio.
Watch it on demand.
Yep.
She is no Johnny Boone, and that's a good thing. Yo, can we take a moment also to sorry, Mac, I just want to quickly throw out there like the expressions that Montez and Dawkins both had when they heard music that wasn't their own. That was another nice touch.
Up on the rope like this, yeah.
And then all of a sudden.
But no, I thought the match was really good. I thought they all worked together. DIY and Street Profits. I mean, they have so much chemistry, man. I really enjoyed this match.
Hell yeah. It was pretty good for what it was. I can't wait to see the next chapter of it, but we will get to that in a second. So we followed that match up with what was it, a backstage segment, I want to say. Oh no, fucking excuse me. I had the wrong graphics up in front of me. It was Roman and Jimmy arriving at the arena listening to some unreleased Travis Scott, because that's how cool they are. Actually thought it was a really interesting piece of advertisement there. I was like, oh wow, that's a really cool way to do that. Anyway, Jay walks up to them for the first time in a while. I think it's the first time we see all three of them on TV together in a long time.
Yeah.
It was really nostalgic for like last year. They tell him that he goes to ignore them, and then Roman grabs him by the arm and he says, "Hey, we're proud of you. We all are." And then Jay says, "No, we eat," and then he walks off.
John, didn't you say something like Roman really thinking that one compliment was going to fix like 4 years worth of manipulation?
But it wasn't me, but I did think that. I thought I thought it was funny that he thought, "Hey, like, we're proud of you." Like, hey, what the fuck are you talking about?
Thank you. Okay, all is forgiven.
I also thought "no yeet" was a really dumb way to respond. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is so pro wrestling.
Well, Roman did say "no yeet" last week when they were yelling.
Yes, I know, over and over and over again. I want to die. But yeah,
No yeet.
No yeet. All right, whatever. So yeah, that was his response. He walked off, and Jimmy tells Roman, "See, I told you don't want to mess with us." And Roman's like, "Whatever, we'll handle it ourselves."
Yeah.
And so after that, Lash Legend. Well, we had a segment backstage where Nia Jax finds out that Tiffany Stratton is sick. She's got a fever or the flu or something, or maybe she missed her plane or whatever the fuck. Yeah. And Candice and Indy walk in and they go, "Hey, you need a partner." And Nick Aldis says, "Great, that's gonna be it. You'll be teaming with Candice." Was there another stipulation to this that I missed? Like, did they say
no?
Win
no. The thing is that
it.
Yeah, like they went out of their way like 50 times during that promo or during that backstage segment and in the match to say that she's the first ever women's speed champion, but there's no fucking belt. Put the belt on TV.
Right.
No,
at least they emphasize it exists.
It's the Elon Musk belt.
Yeah.
Tesla championship.
Very musky. So Lash Legend defeated Piper Niven in a match that was meant to showcase Lash Legend.
Dude,
I'm surprised that we saw Lash Legend again. I honestly thought it was a one-off last week.
I thought too. I was like, wait, did she get called up? What the fuck?
Right.
Yeah. Well, no, they're still in the Meta 4, and Meta 4 is an NXT thing, so you know.
The Meta 5? No, I wonder if we can show that real fast. That was really cool. It was the Otis spot, but they brought it up to WWE television, which is cool. But
dude, that finisher she has she got Piper Niven up in that finisher like it was nothing.
That was impressive, I have to say.
Great.
Yeah.
It
looks good. And so they turn over and they look at Jade and Bianca and they go, "You are next," because they want those tag team championships.
Yeah, and Jade was just wearing the tightest latex known to man.
Jeez. No, Jade always looks great.
Oh my god, she looks so great with the short hair. I love the short hair so much longer than the long hair.
Like a giant cat woman.
Yeah.
Right?
Like a very, very big, thick, sexy cat woman. Milky. No.
Oh no.
Cats love milk.
All right, yeet.
All right, well, no, that's the end of this.
Yeah.
No, she looks great, as she always does. Bianca looks great too, but she's married, and I mean, so is Jade. Actually,
That's wait a minute.
And listen, I know.
So am I.
But you see, it cancels out, so
That's what it is.
And I know that I expound like heaps and heaps of praise on Piper Niven every week, but like, to be completely honest, even when she was down in NXT, Lash Legend was never the best wrestler. Like she was.
Well,
I wouldn't say she was terrible, but
I didn't want to say that. I just
but she was green. She was very. All right, let's just say
she
was
did a
very
good
green.
body slam.
Yeah, she was very green.
Come on, man.
Piper in there with her was the best choice because Piper made her look really good.
Yeah.
Sold all of her big moves. Sold that big boot like she died. Like that match was great, and I really I didn't think I was going to enjoy it. I was like, oh, Lash Legend, at least get Jakara Jackson in there. At least she's a little bit better. And then I was like, oh shit, that match was actually really good.
yeah, dude, I was completely impressed. I mean, Jakara Jackson, she's also a looker, and Lash looked awesome too. We appreciate too. This is me just not nitpicking, but just like looking at the finer details. Is they both look really good in blue, Piper and Lash. Whoa, but. Like you said, Mac, Lash Legend to me, I'm just thinking of the rookie era where she wasn't the greatest and the promos weren't the greatest. But honestly, this showcase was pretty good. So I have to give her 100% credit. And also shout out to Piper Niven for making her look amazing. And I didn't even realize she was as strong as she is. But yeah, that was so cool. Like so many of the different things. And how many times did she lift up Piper Niven? Because there's a lot of times, if you look back at Piper's matches, a lot of women pretty much don't get that opportunity to say they body slammed her more than once.
She gave her that like sideways like gory special into the face buster. It was awesome.
Yeah,
it looked great.
Yeah,
but yeah, we had a segment backstage again. Roman Reigns is there in his own office, in his own locker room that looks more like an office, and it has like a picture of him in the background. I like to imagine that everywhere he goes, he hangs his picture up. Like he carries that around.
WrestleMania 38. Yeah, WrestleMania 38. Yeah.
Well, no one's in Vince's old office, so he's just going to take it.
One of the old 38s. I like to imagine, he just comes and he puts that photo up himself because there's a lot more. This is funny as hell. But yeah, he says that tonight he's going to have to acknowledge Solo. And Jimmy's like, man, I wonder what that means for me. He's like, you're going to get your ass kicked tonight.
Oh, yeah. You're going to get ass whooped.
So, yeah.
I like how close Big Jim was to him, too, when he opened his eyes. He was like, whoa.
Dude, I think I even texted John. I was like, dude, Jakara Jackson is fucking gorgeous.
Oh.
I was like, holy shit.
Very nice. Very good wrestlers. Very good wrestler. That's right. These graphics are old. No. Anyway,
he said that like butthead. He goes, these graphics are old.
we had a crown jewel segment where security guards and one bald dude who doesn't know camera work fucking come out and they bring this gaudy, hideous fucking truck grill out to the ring. Cody comes out and he stands next to it and cuts a promo, pretty generic ass promo about champion versus champion. You're like, there have been champion versus champion matches in the past, and some of them were not good, but this one will be good. Next week, I want to speak to Gunther, and there's your promo.
I hated this segment.
No fucking promo. I mean, did I miss something?
No.
Nope. That was it.
John, let me quote you on your Facebook page, John Escudero, by the way. Man, that's a really ugly belt. Nothing more has to be said.
There's really nothing else I can say about it. There, as a belt person, I love belts. I don't care that it has 150 diamonds on it. It looks fuck. What are these 3 plates? Like, genuinely, what is going on here?
It's so much happening.
And you're only going to see it. You're not going to see it when you come back from Saudi Arabia. So what's
that's great. That's fine. That's fine. But I had to see it for 4 fucking weeks leading up to Saudi Arabia. So, get this ugly shit. It's fine. Like, it probably costs like $1 zillion or whatever. It's got 3 ugly ass plates going across the thing, and one of them kind of resembles the World Championship a little bit,
right? On like the sides,
but it doesn't resemble the World Championship enough. And then why would it only represent one of the belts in the company? Like, there's so many things wrong. I don't know. I don't want to sit here and shit on it for the next 30 minutes, but I could.
Who's approving this in the budget?
I'm sure Cody created it himself. Look at it. He's so proud.
He's not winning that belt.
The touch.
He's not winning that belt.
I don't know. I mean, can he hold it up?
KO's definitely doing something in Saudi Arabia, and Gunther's going to have that belt.
Anyway.
Why does that belt look like, and this is for all of you Dead Rising 2 fans in the chat, it looks like the entire Yucatan Casino.
The whole thing!
Whole thing. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up Yucatan Casino and you will know what I'm talking about.
We'll look it up right now.
So we followed that up with a Kevin Owens promo that he actually posted on Twitter just in case WWE didn't play it on television because he believes that they're trying to silence him. They've suspended him from television. He doesn't understand why they're trying to keep him from SmackDown where he belongs, but even worse than that, he's disappointed that Randy chose Cody over him. And so he won't be coming back to SmackDown, and he doesn't know when.
Oh, and yeah, he's really. Oh, why would you choose Cody over me? Oh, I don't know. We got like 20 years of history, bitch.
Yeah, but Cody's a bitch. You see, that's Kevin's point.
Yeah,
like that. He's like, yes, but Cody's a bitch.
Yeah.
And Orton walks up to Nick Aldis after seeing this video, and he's like, I need a match with Kevin Owens. And Aldis says, no, I can't. It's coming from up above. A baby is a gift. A gift from above.
So we got that Triple H and Randy Orton confrontation, or what?
Orton says so. He knows who he has to talk to, and he walks off like he's gonna talk to Triple H himself. So that was that. Did you guys have any thoughts about this Kevin Owens Randy Orton thing?
No, not really. I mean, I like the way that Kevin's doing things, and they're playing it on TV, and when Kevin signed that 5-year deal back in 2019, he said, I remember reading an interview saying that the schedule allowed him to be with his family a little bit more and allowed him more vacations and stuff. So him cutting a promo most likely outside in his driveway of his house and being able to spend time with his family, I'm sure Kevin is very happy doing 2-minute promos instead of flying to East Bumfuck wherever. So rest and let him do his Twitter thing for a while.
Yes. Also, I want to take a moment to rewind slightly. For those who don't know what I was talking about, I want you to look at that title. Look at this championship title right now. And now look at the Yucatan Casino from Dead Rising 2. That is literally the same thing.
Yeah, that is.
That's incredible. What the hell?
Yeah.
But we follow that with, their debut of the Motor City Machine Guns and their really bad theme song.
Rat-a-tat, the Motor City Machine Guns.
Raise your fist! Raise your fist! Raise your fist!
They're Rat-a-tat fans, apparently.
Nick, you were just all about fists when we started, and you're not raising your fist right now?
Not when Rat-a-tat is all around the screen.
It was an incredible moment seeing them on WWE television. But if for those of you that don't know, Motor City Machine Guns have a pretty legendary theme song outside of WWE, and it was very interesting to see if they would go out of their way to try to at least get one that was to par. And they did not. They were like, "Raise your fist! Raise your fist!"
Yeah, they gave him that
music, fucking Superstar 13 music, fucking But anyway,
again, look at the rat-a-tat-tat.
Rat-a-tat, rapid fire rock and roll.
Ew.
These are very busy shirts too, and that's on the back.
This stinks.
They gave him that little Orange Cassidy, like fucking little thing of pyro.
No, they had a lot of pyro. I'll give them that. There was a lot of stopping and pausing for explosions, but the fucking song sucked. And then the crowd sucked. They went out there,
was terrible,
and the crowd maybe. I don't know if they knew they probably knew who they were. They were trying to chant Motor City. Some people were, but they would hit moves and then they silenced. You do things and it was silence. And I was like, this blows. For that, you should have just gave them the surprise debut next week in Brooklyn and booked DIY's match right there.
Yeah,
that would have been a fucking sick moment in front of New York City. Oh man, everybody knows who the Motor City Machine Guns are in the Smart Town.
right.
Come on, man.
Crowd. That Ring of Honor crowd, baby.
That was trash. They viewed them in fucking South Carolina. Shut the fuck up.
Carolina.
What did I say? I said lock the door and light a match. I hate this crowd.
Remember too when this was supposed to be just them and Angel and Humberto?
Yes, last week they were like, you guys are gonna have a match, and then all of a sudden this week it was a triple threat match, and it was for the titles.
They retconned that on Instagram by saying that if they really wanted to shake up the division and they really wanted a shot at the titles, that they would have to beat 2 teams instead of 1. And they were like, okay.
This company and their retcons, man.
Oh, God. Anyway.
Nothing has changed.
Yeah.
They did win, and so they will be facing DIY in Brooklyn, New York. Next week on SmackDown. It's going to be a good match. Just hate that they debuted in front of this trash. Now they look lame.
Hey Nick, what did I say? What did I say to you? I said now Johnny Gargano has to stop using all of Alex Shelley's moves. He's fucked.
Now's the time. Duke it out. Winner gets the moves.
Yeah.
So we followed that up with a backstage segment. We had Andrade and Carmelo were supposed to talk about their match, but they got into an argument and they started beating the shit out of each other, and nothing really came out of it. So they'll see each other next week.
Best of 7, baby. The last one with LA Knight as the special guest referee.
Mac, you have to have a sense of sequence, damn it.
Oh,
spoiler alert.
There was a match next.
My bad.
It wasn't an important one, but it kind of seemed like they were setting up for something later on. Candice LeRae, did she get a clean win? Like, was that clean over Bailey? I missed a lot of it.
Clean.
I feel like
back, and I saw her hit a moonsault and just pin Bailey. Yeah. I was like, oh shit, what did I miss? I thought maybe she cheated or something.
It was nice seeing Candice LeRae on the TV too, because how many weeks in a row has it been of like what was virtually just the same women either going over or just in matches with each other?
So now is this going to lead to like maybe a little bit of more dissension of Nia Jax like showing favoritism towards Candice LeRae since she actually got the job done and Tiffany hasn't?
That would be really funny if that's how it ended up, especially since it looks like maybe, I don't know, was this always planned that way?
I don't think so. Because, I mean, she got a win over Bailey, a former multi-time world champion, and Tiffany has not pinned anybody in their tag matches. She's always been the fall woman.
Could have been. I mean, it could have been planned this way. I don't know. I don't remember hearing that Tiffany was sick before they said anything like that. But, yeah, man. Candice does surprise Nia Jax, and Nia is like impressed, like, oh wow, what the fuck? She actually did get it done. And so I suspect we will see more of that next week. So after that, we followed up with a backstage segment where we did reveal that LA Knight is going to be the special guest referee for next week's SmackDown Best of 7 final match. Even though they didn't say that, so don't be surprised if it turns out to be best of 10.
Oh no, fight forever.
But yeah, LA Knight is going to be a special guest referee, and I was like, that is so lame. That's not what I wanted for a final stipulation, but okay, whatever.
Hey guys, spoiler alert: the boat sinks at the end of Titanic. Sorry.
Jesus.
What?
I can't believe that. Honestly.
I set aside 3 entire hours for this.
So what did you think? What did you think of LA Knight being the special guest referee of this match?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All you can say for that. It is truly one of the decisions of all time.
Yeah, there's no real yes or no about that. Just kind of sucks that episode.
Yeah.
Fucking blunder.
Just like when the Motor City Machine Guns came out, the crowd went absolutely mild for it.
Raise your fist! Raise your fist!
Rat-a-tat-tat!
Yeah.
Anyway, man, that's
guys. We're from Detroit.
That's been their gimmick the whole time.
Well,
I know that has been their gimmick for fucking 20 years. I know.
Don't blame WWE for that.
No,
but yeah, man, that's SmackDown. Mostly, that's the recap. That's the things that happened. So that's going to take us into our 2 little segments that we like to call the Jobber and Megastar of the Night. We like to kick that off with the Jobber of the Night.
Jobber.
Jobber of the Night. I guess I will go first, and my Jobber of the Night is going to be myself. I hated this episode of SmackDown. Besides, like there was some.
You had to sit through it.
Yeah.
I was like, why? No, I want to be doing something else. That was my. But
Last couple weeks were good too.
I can't find like a fault in the episode. You know, like I guess things happened. It was plot progression in most places, and I can't.
Gonna be a banger.
But I was like, damn it, I'm bored. So, but Nick,
oh, sorry. I was gonna say following up with you, John. It did feel like it was just a placeholder episode. That's all.
Right.
It definitely was. Poor South Carolina.
Yeah, exactly. Again, I say like the last 2, maybe 3 weeks were not that bad at all, and some of the episodes are pretty good. So, kind of a shame. But again, they're not all going to be bangers. For my Jobber of the Night, I'm gonna have to go with Pretty Deadly. First time, seeing them on the SmackDown in how long, and they're meant to literally just be the Pinfall Boys. Nothing else to say there. Jobbers of the Night for me. Mac.
Yeah, my Jobber of the Night is Roman Reigns. So Roman comes out and says a whole bunch of nothing. Says that he's going to acknowledge Solo. He acknowledges Solo.
He talked about his dead dad.
Yeah, well, I know.
How is that a bunch of nothing?
No. You're not listening to me. Let me get there. Saying he comes out and he says a whole bunch of nothing, then says, I'm going to do this for my dad. Acknowledges Solo so that he can fix the family, and then still gets his ass beat because he still has that temper. Okay? It was his own fault that he got his ass beat, and then backstage, his cousin says, no yeet, and then when he has a chance to go up the apron, up the stage, much like Bryan Danielson while he was yesing while Wheeler Yuta was dying, he just stands there over the Olaf Fowler and puts it over his neck while his cousin is dying. Your cousin is dying! Get him.
It's not about him right now.
That necklace. Wait. Yeah, Roman, then he took 3 Samoan spikes. He just looked like he got his ass whipped. He just looked like a fucking jobber tonight, man. I know he's going to come back strong, but like I said, this placeholder episode, ooh boy, he looked like a jobber of the night to me.
Understandable. So that will bring us to what I like to call, or what is called, the Megastar of the Night. Woo. Where's that graphic? I tried to stall until I found it.
Oh, here it is.
I feel like it's the color of the central font that always throws me off because I'm like, oh, that's NXT. Oh, the Jobber. Oh, that one's for Raw. Wait a minute.
Yeah, Megastar. We're here though. Mac, you went last. You go first.
There's not a lot of people to choose from. I was going to go with the Motor City Machine Guns, but the crowd just completely took me out of that match and deflated me. So I'm going to go completely off. I'm going to go completely off the beaten path here. I'm going to say Lash Legend. She looked really good. She that big boot looked good. She had like the presence. She's tall. She's jacked. she just looks so good, like, in the strength, like to get Piper Niven up, and then to put her in that gory special into the face buster and do it so flawless and smooth. And then she really, like, didn't Jakara and Lash get their asses kicked a couple weeks ago by Bianca and Jade on Raw or something?
They did lose the tag title match last week.
Okay, yeah, so that
in a
was
pretty dominant fashion.
Yeah, but now this makes it look like they're actual, like, contenders. So
Right.
I might be fooled again, and Jade and Bianca just come out and kill them in like 3 minutes. But man, I mean, I would like to see more Lash Legend as singles on SmackDown against people that can make her look good, like Piper Niven.
Yeah, honestly, if you were gonna say it, I would have. Lash Legend looked absolutely incredible tonight. Like you said, Mac, I really would love to say Motor City Machine Guns, but just the crowd ruined it. The stupid fisting, the freaking
Raise your fist!
rat-a-tat-tat. Like, what does all of this mean? This takes me away from it. And
Dude, it's too on the nose.
it was so cool to see them there. So I want to give a shout out to that. But so much when it came down to, the presentation and just how they changed up the match we were thinking of. And of course, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller detracting from it. Man, I didn't care for it as much as I wanted to, but what I was really hyped for was, honestly, I would say Jey Uso. Jey Uso felt super important tonight, and honestly, he felt like the big star from that whole Bloodline story, so I gotta go with him. It's just fun to say Jey Uso over Roman Reigns on a SmackDown episode.
Yeah.
It is really interesting seeing that it finally paid off for Jay.
Right.
Or at least that it feels that way, and he's been positioned that way. All right. My megastar of the night is going to be an easy one. I saw this person on the screen and I said, that's a megastar. I love looking at them. It's Jade. God, I love Jade Cargill so much. Look at her. Jesus Christ. Megastar of life. What's her husband's name? Brandon Davis, right? I'm going to write that down in a death note.
Why did that one? Oh, no. Why did that guy, like, 2 seats behind look kind of like Matt Riddle?
He's gonna do the Enzo. He's at the show ready to. Oh, no, he's just high. That's me. That's his life.
John's looking for the dark hold right now to get rid of this guy.
Yeah, we're gonna fix this right now. She's gonna be my mommy. No. In all seriousness, megastar of the night, Jay Cargill.
All right.
Yeah.
Man. This is SmackDown Rewind. We like to fuck around here. We like to joke around here. Come on.
Hey, come on.
Rat-a-tat-tat.
Rat-a-tat-tat.
Raise your fist. Raise your fist.
Rock and roll, Detroit.
Rock
Yeah.
and roll.
We like
Everybody
the
from the
Pistons.
313, put your motherfucking hands up.
Yeah.
White
Pistons.
spray paint.
Yeah. Go Red Wings. Go Pistons and Tigers. Go Lions.
I don't know the Detroit teams. What the fuck? I don't watch sports. No.
D12.
I know Eminem. I know 8 Mile. I like that movie.
I know Bizarre from D12.
That's
Bizarre is wild.
But man, listen, if you have fun with us, you can go back or you can join us next week because the fun never ends. Cersei Radio is always on. We're on Mondays after Raw.
Woo.
We come on Tuesdays after NXT, Wednesdays
that
after
graphic.
AEW Dynamite, Thursdays after Impact, Fridays after SmackDown, like you just joined us.
Access.
Sundays, your boys CJ and Tyler doing their weekend wrestling roundup. They'll get a new graphic sooner or later. And then we got the 3NT podcast
Yeet.
on Sundays, chilling, talking wrestling on Dershi Radio. And of course, when there's pay-per-views, we're there. And when there's special events, we're there. And when there's a funeral, we're there. And when there's a wedding, we're there.
What?
We do
And when there's WCW events to talk about, we're there.
He
That's
already
right.
said a funeral, Nick.
Yeah, that's true. The whole
Nick
memorial service.
And Max WCW Spring Stampede 1999 recap review fun time currently up, available on YouTube for free. We don't charge you. Everything is free. I feel like I'm going to put emphasis on that. Sometimes you take advantage of the fact that people don't understand. Hey, you can go find it. It's free. It's all free. You can spend time talking about wrestling, listening to people talk about wrestling. We have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of us talking about professional wrestling. You don't
We
have
need
to
to,
be alone, friend. Stop looking for people in real life. You don't need them. right here.
We
Literally
need to
right
fix
here.
that NXT graphic, John.
Oh god, the whole fucking thing, the whole thing. I mean, honestly, what's the goddamn difference? I am glad to get rid of the yellow though. It's an eyesore. But yeah, man, that's
You also
Doshi
got to
Radio.
fix it up for these things.
Yeah, no, the yellow has to stay so that I can tell the difference between the only. Do you see what fucks me up here is that Raw is the thing in the corner. It's fine. NXT is the thing in the corner. I can see it.
Yeah, but it's the golden
SmackDown,
NXT.
the fucking
Oh.
SmackDown thing is hard to see.
It's dark.
Anyway, man, that's us. That's Doshi Radio. Thank you guys for joining us today.
Yeah.
Please follow us everywhere.
Sound.
Please. I need this.
Please.
I don't want to go to work anymore.
We